some of the announcements we made in May about our decentralization strategy, and by the end of 2018, Ripple will be fully decentralized and more decentralized than Bitcoin. And we have a strategy to do that, and we've been working at it for about 5 years. We've been building a lot of tools, a lot of simulation frameworks, and to see exactly how the network's going to adapt when under different conditions. And we're in a really good spot, and we've hired some of the smartest minds in the space to work on this. So where Bitcoin and Ethereum are working on solving for scalability, which there isn't a clear solution for that, we've been kind of quietly working on our decentralization strategy. And we have something that's going to work, and we're going to be rolling it out in a slow rollout over the course of the next few months and into 2018. So 2018 on the technical side for Ripple is really the year for decentralization. And it's something that we've been conscious of. We've taken a lot of grief for that Ripple is centralized, and we know that, we're okay. But we're gradually increasing the decentralization of the network in a very secure way. So we want to limit the chances of any fork and make it as fork-proof as possible. And that's really it's a slow rollout, but it's going to happen, and my job depends on it.
Actually, could you repeat the second question just to make sure I...
결국 이제 송금을 하게 되면은 리플의 레저를 사용해서 이제 그 네트워크를 사용하는 건데, 그 경우에 뭐 예를 들면은 이제 원화를 가지고 리플 네트워크를 통해서 이제 달러로 이제 송금을 하게 된다고 가정했을 때 달러에 대한 지급 보증을 해주는 결과적으로 리플을 받고 피아머니를 내줄 수 있는 그런 금융기관들이 필요하다고 생각을 하거든요. 그리고 그런 금융기관들이 결국 리플 네트워크를 사용하는 거고, 그럴 경우에 그런 금융기관들이 리플 네트워크를 사용해서 그 달러에 대한 백업을 해줬을 때 그 금융기관들이 얻을 수 있는 이점에 대해서 궁금합니다.
So when you transfer the money, you are using the ledger in the Ripple network. And so, for example, if you transfer the Korean won and using the Ripple network to the US dollar, and then it is important for the trust for payments in this case. And then Ripple uses the financial institutions which back up for the US dollar. So what's the benefits for these financial institutions? That's the question.
Okay. So what's the benefit of bridging through something like XRP instead of the US dollar? So I think, look, important to recognize that none of what we've been talking about today revolves around replacing the financial system, or replacing the dollar, or replacing the euro. The goal from the beginning of the company was really to be additive, to be complementary, to give the system more tools so that the system can work better, not to replace the system. So for instance, we didn't talk about this too much, and I should have, for a corridor like Euro USD, you don't need XRP. It just doesn't help. Where XRP is going to be helpful is, again, something like a Brazil to India, where you have to do maybe multiple hops and use multiple banks. And that's where you see the value, right? So the idea is certainly not to replace any one of the fiat currencies on the planet, but much more to help the financial participants be able to transact business more efficiently, so that they can, quite frankly, do more interesting things, right? And that second to last slide that shows the crisscrossing marginal cost and then the number of payments really speaks to the ability of these banks using our tools to do things that they didn't think were possible before. So certainly not replacing, but complementary and additive.
So we've got time for one more question, just to make sure that we can wrap up. Sure.
Yeah. Now I have two questions. The first one is that, are there any Korean banks to join the XCurrent? And the second is that, do you have any specific plan to implement the use case of the XRP? For example, I bought some XRP coins and I want to transfer it to my grandmother who is living in Los Angeles. And she doesn't know how to exchange that to the dollar. But when it comes to the realistic use case or implementation of that, for example, Amazon or Uber, that I can easily send the XRP coin to her, and then she can use that for payment.
Okay. So to your first question, we are definitely talking to Korean banks to join XCurrent. I don't think we have any on the network yet, but another one of the reasons why we're here is to talk to some Korean banks. I think to your second question, in those flows, and again, this goes a little bit back to his question. We're not working towards a future where you pay with XRP directly, right? That would be, again, kind of replacing fiat, which is really not our goal. If you wanted to send XRP to your grandmother and she wanted to exchange it for dollars, I'd tell her to open up a Kraken account, and you would send the XRP to her Kraken account, and then she could just sell the XRP for dollars there. But the idea is not that you're going to send your mom XRP or your grandmother XRP so she can buy something on Amazon with it. That is not the long-term goal of Ripple. One more.
간단하게 질문할게요. 지금 다 알겠는데 지금 세계 무역을 거래를 갖다 달러가 지금 하고 있는데 앞으로 그런 얘기가 있더라고요. 리플에서 그걸 갖다가 그 달러 대신에 그 리플로 대체하겠다라는 계획이 정말 있는지, 또 그런 계획이 있다면 언제쯤 그런 게 실행이 될지 그게 궁금합니다.
If you remitting the 3 districts, and there's a saying that you are replacing the dollar to replacing dollar for the transferring money, and do you have the plan for that? If you have the plan for that, when will it take place?
No, so I just spent the last 2 questions saying we're not replacing the dollar, and that's not the goal. The goal is to make it easier to send money across the planet, and to have XRP be that bridge currency. So no dollar replacements. Please do not get me in trouble with the federal government. I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun here.
Yeah, we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming out. We'll be around for just a little bit longer. Unfortunately, we need to be out of here by 9. So feel free to grab some drinks and to hang out for a bit. And thanks again for coming out.